What's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMGWTF LOLFTWBRB, and welcome to this week's Suprocker Saturday. If you are unfamiliar with the Suprocker Saturday series, well, it is one of the days of the week that I choose to play really any game that I want, such as the ongoing series we've been doing for quite a long time now, the arcade playthroughs of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Last week we played as Dr. Doom on the Marvel side, kind of doing a homage to Maximilian, the YouTuber, doing his team. This time our intentions are to play as a Capcom character, and I have chosen the team of Zero, Sentinel, and Tron Bonne, kind of a robotic team. And I do want to say one thing real quick though. The reason why I said my intentions are to play as a Capcom character is because something happened in the Galactus fight that prevented both Zero and Tron Bonne from finishing the Planet Eater, and led to us defeating Galactus as Sentinel. So even though we're supposed to be doing a Capcom character this week, we ended up winning as a Marvel character, and I thought to myself, since I'm going to be doing all the characters anyway, it really doesn't matter that much that I wanted Sentinel. We'll just do a Capcom character next week. So on and so forth. So an ongoing theme here I do in these arcade playthroughs is to give you information on the characters I play as. And real quick before I start giving you that information, I do want to acknowledge that I am not as good at this game as, you know, most people are. I don't know all these combos, especially with someone like Zero, who is considered the best character in the game. So I hope you guys didn't come here expecting, you know, mad combos and all this other stuff, because you're not going to get it. I'm not that good. I just play through these games to show you the arcade endings of the respective characters. So anyway, let's get started on the man we win as this time, Sentinel. Sentinels are a fictional variety of mutant hunting robots appearing in the Marvel Comics universe. They are usually portrayed as antagonists to the X-Men. Created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, they first appeared in the X-Men Volume 1, number 14 in November of 1965. According to the Marvel canon, Sentinels are programmed to locate mutants and capture or kill them. Though several types of Sentinels have been introduced, the typical Sentinel is 3 stories tall, capable of flight, projects synergy blast, and can detect mutants. The Sentinels have been featured in several X-Men video games and played a large role in the 1990s X-Men animated series. Additionally, a simulated version made a brief appearance in the beginning of the 2006 film An X-Men Last Stand, seen in a Danger Room. They will be featured prominently in the upcoming film X-Men Days of Future Past in 2009. Sentinels were ranked by IGN as a 38th greatest comic book villain of all time. Sentinels are designed to hunt mutants who often represent the protagonists of Marvel stories. Therefore, the Sentinels are usually employed as supervillains or as the tools of other villains. While many are capable of tactical thought, only a handful are self-aware. Sentinels are technologically advanced and have exhibited a wide variety of abilities. They are armed primarily with energy weapons and restraining devices, capable of flight, and can detect mutants at long range. They possess vast physical strength, and their bodies are highly resistant to damage. Some are able to alter their physical forms or reassemble and reactivate themselves after they've been destroyed. Some sentient variants have the ability to learn from their experiences, developing their defenses and engagement. Several groups of robots have been created or led by a single massive Sentinel called Master Mold. And now I'll be going over the different types of Sentinel, because unlike other heroes in there, there isn't just one Sentinel, there's numerous types of these robots. So, Mark 1 and Master Mold first appeared in X-Men Volume 1, number 14. Bolivar Trask sacrificed himself to destroy the Master Mold. By the way, Bolivar Trask created those guys. Mark 2, who was created by Larry Trask, this model was capable of adapting to and counteracting superpowers almost instinctively. First appeared in X-Men Volume 1, number 57. Composite, or Compost, I think it's Composite though, created by merging the remaining portions of 5 Sentinels destroyed by the X-Men, and came under control of Ashley Martin. It was destroyed by her when it rebelled against her. Mark III, which was created by Stephen Lang and Project Armageddon, secretly funded by Edward Buckman and the Council of the Chosen, first appeared in X-Men Volume 1, number 98. Please stop doing that, Taylor. My cat keeps hitting the keyboard, and I'm scared she's going to pause it. She's done it so many times. Oh, by the way, I want to apologize for skipping that scene with Wolverine. I believe I did it with another fight. I was getting ready to charge up Zero's beam, and I accidentally charged it up too early, I guess. X-Sentinels by Stephen Lang are androids who were duplicates of the original X-Men. Mark 4 by Sebastian Shaw first appeared in X-Men Volume 1, number 51, and Mark 5 by Sebastian Shaw also, for the US government's Project Wide Awake, first appeared in New Mutants Volume 1, number 2. Mark 6 by Shaw Industries for Project Wide Awake, used by Onslaught, also incorporated parts of Project Nimrod. Mark 7 by Shaw Industries, experimentally remote-controlled. Nimrod, later Bastion, is a prototype Super Sentinel that arrived from the Days of Future Past timeline and was later reactivated by Reverend William Stryker. Project Nimrod, by an offshoot of Project Wide Awake Experimental, cancelled after X-Force interfered, based on the Nimrod Sentinel. Prime Sentinels by Bastion and Operation Zero Tolerance, handicapped humans equipped with nanotechnology without their knowledge of Prospheric Clinic, used as sleeper agents until activated by attack or presence of a mutant. Omega Prime Sentinels, the second generation of Prime Sentinels, Karemia Sharpander is one of them. Okay. Wild Sentinels, built in secret by a new master mold in Ecuador, activated by Donald Trax III and used by Cassandra Nova. New units are produced based on the currently available resources, salvage parts, weapons, and sometimes entire vehicles, which give this particular type of Sentinel a very diverse ragtag appearance. Both due to this and their design flexibility, a wide variety of different shapes and forms have been observed. The Mega Sentinels used to destroy Genosha and Nano Sentinels both belong to this kind of Sentinel. The technology used in Nano Sentinels is also employed by Weapon Plus for the artificial evolution experiments and the creation of Super Sentinels. I believe this is Mark 8, I'm almost positive, Mark 8 Sentinel Squad 1, designed by Stark Enterprises. Unlike other Sentinels, the Mark 8 requires a human pilot. And of course, Bio Sentinels, human infected by a technological virus created by Simon Trask. The victims became anti-mutant activists who later at Trask's command are fully transformed into robotic sentinels, mindlessly following Trask's commands. Now I'll be going over the TV series, video games, and movies that Sentinel has appeared in. So for TV, he has appeared in a flashback in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. He was voiced by David Fox in the 1992 X-Men animation series. He was in the episode The Mutant Agenda in the Spider-Man the Animated Series. He was Sentinel has appeared in X-Men Evolution. Jim Ward voiced Sentinel in 2008's Wolverine and the X-Men cartoon. Tom Kenny voiced Sentinel in the Superhero Squad show in 2009. Sentinel appears in a Danger Room simulation in the Marvel anime based off the X-Men. For film, Sentinels appeared in an early draft of the first X-Men film, wherein Henry Peter Grinch and Bolivar Trask attacked the X-Men with the Sentinels, but this treatment didn't make it past the concept stage. Sentinels were planned for inclusion in the second X-Men film, X2, but they did not appear on screen, although Project Wide Awake is mentioned on the computer's readout screen. Sketches for the film versions of Sentinels appear as extras in X2's DVD release. The Sentinels' height wasn't specific, but the sketches indicated that although their appearance was not severely altered, the film version had the ability to compact itself into a rolling saucer as a mode of transportation. Recently, Sentinels appeared in X-Men the Official Game. The Sentinels featured in the game appear to be similar to those from the game X-Men Children of the Atom. These are two types of Sentinels. One is a smaller aerial model and the other is a giant walk-in behemoth. In X-Men The Last Stand, a simulation of a Sentinel was used in a danger room for Professor Xavier's mutant students to train and fight against. At the end of the session, Colossus throws Wolverine at the robot and beheads it. The only part of the Sentinel ever made visible to the viewer is its decapitated head, while the rest is shrouded in fog. And of course, the Sentinels will be featured in the upcoming X-Men Days of Future Past film. In video games, Sentinel has appeared in X-Men the arcade game, Spider-Man and X-Men Arcade's Revenge, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, Captain America and the Avengers. He was voiced by Dan Hennessy in X-Men Children of Atom in 1994. He's a cis character in Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes. Once again, Dan Hennessy voiced Sentinel in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes, which was released in 2000. He appeared in X-Men Mutant Academy, X-Men Mutant Academy 2. He's both a male and a female Sentinel are playable characters in X-Men Next Dimension. He was voiced by Scott MacDonald in the 2004 game X-Men Legends. He appears in X-Men Legends 2 Rise of Apocalypse. He was voiced by Robin Atkin Downs in the 2006 game X-Men the Official Game. He appears in X-Men Origins Wolverine. And Jim Ward voices Sentinel in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and that were both released in 2011. Sentinel appears in X-Men Destiny, Marvel Avengers Alliance, and Marvel Heroes, and he will be appearing in the upcoming LEGO Marvel Superheroes game. Now we'll be going over his personal character interactions with other characters in the game, and first off we'll start off with the pre-fight dialogues and intro. So when Sentinel fights off, or should I say, when Sentinel starts off a battle with Akuma or Shumogoroth, he says, "Unknown entity, proceeding with extreme caution." When he starts off with Zero or Tron Bonne, he says, "Unidentified object found, entering combat zone," which we actually saw him say in the beginning of this fight, honestly. When he starts off the fight against either of the X-Men, Deadpool, or Magneto, he says, "Mutant entity detected." When he starts off the battle against Firebrand, he says, "Quarry is subject a mutant, analyzing, analyzing, analyzing." And of course, when he starts off with Nova, he says, "Is subject Richard Rider a mutant?" Analyzing. Next up, we'll be going over call names, and actually, as of this moment, there are no call names known that Sentinel personally calls anyone, so which means he basically just calls everyone by their name, such as he'll say Zero or Tron Bonne. For his victory pose quotes, when he defeats Akuma, he says, "Analysis incomplete, returning with incapacitated target." When he defeats Zero or Tron Bonne, he says, "Target destroyed, retrieving useful technology." When he defeats the X-Men, Deadpool, or Magneto, he says, "Mutant entity eliminated, operation successful." When he defeats Firebrand, demonic entity terminated. And when he defeats Nova, quarry to master mold, should Nova cores be eliminated. His aftermatch win quotes, when he defeats Storm, he says, "Target Aurora Monroe apprehended, the remainder of the X-Men will soon follow." When he defeats Wesker, he says, "Target is not a natural mutant, all enhancement were the result of cellular manipulation." When he defeats X-23, Wolverine DNA detected in female mutant, does not compute, does not compute, does not compute. Tron Bonne, target apprehended, fraudulent Sentinel production halted. Wolverine, subject Wolverine terminated, Operation Zero Tolerance near completion. And Magneto, Omega-11 mutant Magneto terminated, next target Charles Xavier. His assist quotes, when he's calling for help, he says requesting support, and when he's finished assisting his partner, he says withdraw. His defeat quotes, when he's defeated by a light attack, unable to continue mission is what he says, and when he loses by time over, requesting mission update. And replacing a fallen ally, when there's only one ally remaining, say if Tron Bonne were to fall here and he were to come out next, he says damage is negligible. And if both Zero and Tron Bonne were to fall, he will say, "Caution, caution." See? Said damage is negligible right there. And finally, his taunts. When he has two different taunts, and his two different taunts, he says, "Undermine target's confidence" and "threatened target." Now, that's all the information I could find on Sentinel. He's not really a lot of information on Sentinel because, well, he's just a robot. That's all he is. But I guess now I'll give you guys my personal opinion on Sentinel as a character and as I feel of his appearance in this game. And as a character, I feel like Sentinel's really a neat character. I like his character because it's kind of like that counter to the mutants. Like, it's kind of like us humans cannot, really stand a ground against these mutants. So we created a robot to, take care of them. And I like Sentinel as a character, and I'm actually really excited for the Days of Future Past film coming out, because it's not even just because of Sentinel. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because, Sentinel's in it. But I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait to see how they go with that movie. But I don't really feel the same way about him being in this game. To me, the only reason Sentinel and Storm made their way into this game is because of their, you know, how big they were used in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And you know, it's just like, to me, like, I've said this many times, and I'll say it numerous times until this project's finally ended, but I felt like all the original characters from Marvel vs. Capcom 1 should have been in this game, and I don't mind Sentinel being in this game. I don't even mind there being characters from 2 being in this game, because honestly, fan favorites should be in this game, whether it's from Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or 1. But my beef is that Sentinel kind of really isn't something in the Marvel universe. I mean, he kind of is now because he's going to be a main villain in a movie. But other than that, Sentinel's just kind of like a robot, and I feel like if they were to go with a robot, why not go with Ultron? I mean, Ultron's a perfect choice for a robot, for one, because not only is he being featured as a main villain in the upcoming Avengers film, but he's more relevant than a Sentinel is, because the Avengers are more relevant than the X-Men now. Excuse me. The only reason Sentinel got this position, honestly, in my opinion, was because of how big he was in the second game. I mean, that's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all, but I feel like Sentinel's position could have been given to better characters, such as, you know, some of the cast that did not make it into the third game that were in the first game. Or, you know, someone like an Ultron, who is an actual robot. But, you know, not much I can do about it. It's already been done. And Sentinel's in this game, and he's not a bad character. He's pretty good, actually. I'm not amazing as him, but I feel better than I thought I was. But yeah. And yes, I do want to acknowledge, I did in fact lose this battle the first time. I blame it fully on the fact that Dante kept being a jerk and doing snapbacks, but yeah. That's what I'm blaming it on. Dante kept doing snapbacks and it just kept throwing me off. I did far superior in this battle, it seems like, because I just took Chun-Li down with Tron-Bon. Tron-Bon's pretty cool. I like her. I thought she was an interesting character in this game. And that is the only time I'll ever win a match with Tron-Bon. Well, not in the history, but in this playthrough.
Only the ultimate nullifier would give.
And now we're ready to face Galactus.
I'll take care of this.
Yeah.
The battle for Earth. Go for broke.
Zero will take care of it. So yeah, earlier when I said that, you know, something happened in this fight where I couldn't finish as Tron-Bon or Zero, and you'll see it. For some reason, this is what I blame my mistake on. I meant to call out Sentinel, and yet I accidentally called out Tron-Bon, and even though I'm doing good now, it's just kind of like, you'll see. But I hate the team up of Wesker and Doom too. I always feel like they're stronger. Yeah, this is what I meant. I meant to have Sentinel out here to take all the damage from Doom and Wesker. And look at that. Boom. Took him down. And now we gotta fight Galactus. And as you see, Tron just, you know, waddling her way over there. The audio might be a little off in this video, by the way, because I did lag up a little bit. First off, I want to just acknowledge, when I was doing this as Tronbon, she took it like a champ. She was taking it to Galactus. Just look at her go. Just, oh, got punched right in the face. But we got this, right, Tron? Look at, we got him all the way down to there. All the way down to there, and then that happened. Just slammed me, and then, not even fair, Zero didn't even get an opportunity. So as you see, Nerds and Geeks, Tronbon did all the damage towards Galactus, and got taken down. Zero came in to try to finish him off, but Galactus didn't even give him opportunity and just grabbed him. But luckily, and surprisingly, Sentinel, the mutant hunting robot, took down Galactus. And now I apologize that you guys are about to hear a really bad Sentinel impersonation. Master Mode program online. Galactus world ship acquired. Accusation has allowed this unit to traverse dimensions, thereby aiding in this unit's ultimate goal. It's pretty bad. The destruction of both mutants and mankind alike. So yeah, vastly and way better, I want to acknowledge. Vastly different than Sentinel's original ending. His original ending had a lot of target, Maverick, process, blah blah blah. It was a lot of that stuff. That one cut straight to the point, and it just let us know that guess what? Sentinel's you know what, mutant kind? Who cares? We're gonna hunt the entire world. And of course, with Galactus's world ship, they're now able to traverse to different dimensions, such as the Capcom dimension, such as the Mortal Kombat dimension, DC, Disney. But that's all the time I have this week for Suprocker Sunday. I do hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, do me a favor, leave me a comment, a like, and please subscribe if you haven't already, Nerds and Geeks. As always, my name has been OMG, WTF, LOL, FTWBRB, and I'll see you, Nerds and Geeks, next week. We hopefully play as a Capcom character. So until then, have a wonderful day.